like some really basic do's and don'ts from the single leg position. Now, as we're drilling this, come here. As we're drilling this, I want you guys to use whatever entry you know. If you don't know one when we go at the drill, come find me. I'll probably find you because I know who's new and who isn't. But most of us in here who have been coming for a while should know one or two entries into a single leg, okay? And what we're going to go over is sort of basic positional tips that can help you finish from this position, all right? So, however you want to get there, I don't care. I'm going to use a drag. Boom. Okay? Relax. Just relax. Fully relax. Okay, cool. So, a few things that I think the sort of most common mistakes that I see people in jiu-jitsu make, first and foremost, without question, is people pinching their legs, okay? What do you think, we're in a single leg position. What do you think my biggest advantage over Will is as I have this single leg? What's my biggest advantage? Anyone? He's off balance. Why? Because he has one leg and I have two legs. If I pinch his leg, what are my two legs now functionally? What have they become? It's one leg, right? This is now essentially one leg. I have no motion, okay? Your biggest enemy as someone trying to finish a single leg is being static. When you're static, Will can now start to whizzer, which he was trying to do. He can start to sprawl. He can whizzer. He can sprawl, okay? That's all bad news for me, okay? The more I keep him moving, he can't sprawl. Because what? He's trying not to fall. If he's on his back heel, he can't worry about defending the single leg. He's worried about not falling, which are two separate things, okay? So don't want to be pinching, all right? The second most common mistake I see is people, I think I would explain this, people pulling the leg in rather than driving through their opponent, okay? So not even using a setup. I just want you guys to see this. The way I see people get to single legs most of the time in jiu-jitsu is they hit whatever setup I tell them, boom, okay? And then they reach for the leg, and their feet stop moving, the rest of their body stops moving, and it becomes essentially a row. They're trying to pull the leg up into their chest with their arms and their lats, okay? Your lats are strong, your arms are strong, but pull down on your leg as hard as you want, Will. Pull. I can't beat that. I cannot beat that in that position, okay? I need to use force forward to get him on his back heel, okay? Don't let me pick your foot up. Don't let me pick it up. It's really hard here, right? Don't let me pick it up. Right? If his weight's backwards, I can't even do that with keeping my foot heavy. This foot now becomes really light, okay? We want to make this as smooth as possible by putting all his weight in his back foot. To do that, we need to drive through our opponent. Whatever setup we hit, however we decide to get to the leg, when I go to gather up that leg, I need to shoot through him. So when I hit this drag, okay, rather than getting here, grabbing it and pulling it up, okay, run through your opponent. Put your head, your ear in his ribs, inside, not outside, inside, and run through him, okay? Boom. Now that leg is up. Now that it's up, our lead leg is basically a shelf for the leg, okay? My back hand is on top, gripping my front hand wrist. The reason for this is he can't try and peel it off. He can't peel it off, okay? So this is the best grip, like no ifs, ands, or buts for this single leg, all right? Once we're here, we're going to continue that forward motion. I'm going to continue to drive into him, okay? And as I do that, my hand comes from the top of the thigh. I let my grip slide down. I open up my grip. As I shoulder check him, I open up my grip. This hand slides down to his ankle, and it starts to gather his leg up. A little bit quicker. It's hard to do slowly, but a little bit quicker. It's movement, 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 slide. Now his foot's in the air. Here he's pretty screwed. And because he's pretty screwed, you do not need to be in a hurry. If you're competing, you're going to have coaches that are going to be telling you, hey, Sam, short time. Then you got to get moving, okay? But once I'm here, I can cook this guy. How long do you think you can stay here?
Probably not super long.
Not super long, right? And before you guys even try any finish, just move him. He's on one leg. It's hard, okay? So blowing through it a little bit quicker. The other mistake I make, I want to flag this, is people get the single leg, and their head comes off their body, and they're just sitting here holding this like this. This is a really weak position for your back, okay? Pull down. I can't finish here, and I can't keep the grip here, certainly. Keep your ear. If it's a left side single, it's your left ear. Right side single, right ear, okay? Keep your ear pressed into his ribs, okay? Now we're here. Now once I go to elevate the leg, to get a high single leg, we call it, okay? I'm gonna keep the motion going. Drive, 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 slide. Now the foot's up, and we're here. Once you have the single leg, you're gonna do what's called the Pledge of Allegiance. Get this arm really tight. Close that there. You don't want any gap in here. Just like a triangle, we don't want any gap. Put your hand on your chest, puff your chest out. Notice how that makes him sit even higher? It's hard for him to stand up, right? It's not easy, right? Yeah. He's gonna fall. Especially in jiu-jitsu, guys are gonna fall. All you gotta do is move them, okay? Like I said, the enemy of finishing this single leg is being static, okay? We need to be in a rush to get to this high single leg, and then once we're in the high single leg, we have freedom to take our time, okay? So, putting it kind of together quicker, there's not a lot of pause between when I first drive through him to elevate this leg and continuing that drive to get the single leg up. To show you how it works quickly, okay? Whatever the setup is, I'm gonna use a single drag, which I know I've taught pretty much everyone in here. He can't even stay standing up, right? We wanna blow through him. It's all one big step. Doing it again, okay? I'll go a little bit slower. Drag, up, 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 drive. Now that single leg is elevated. Before you try anything else, Pledge of Allegiance, move him around. When he falls, leg drag, take it back. Sorry, take side control. Any questions, guys, about this? Anything at all? There should be some, because everyone in here does this wrong. Like sometimes, bare minimum sometimes. Most of you most of the time. So if there's any confusion, I'm happy to help you. Anything at all? Yeah. I'll show you a setup individually if you don't know one. I can show you a setup, Charles. Yeah.
What about the drag of the leg into the armpit? Would you show that in detail?
At the end? Yeah. Sure. After he's already hit the mat, and yeah. So whatever setup you want, low single leg, elevate. Single leg's up now. I get him moving. However I get him moving. He falls, keep the leg, drag it across your body, knee down, hand behind, take side control. Yep. Anything, guys? Let's go out and practice it, okay? On two, 1, 2.